had a fellow Spoonie reach out to me recently asking about what specific movement I'm doing for my personal body living with Addison's disease and osteoporosis. And I wanted to share a little bit about that, and I'm doing so right now because I've been doing quite a bit of moving today and just finished getting off the mat, and so I thought it is fresh in my body and mind, so I'd share with you. I shared a little bit about my entire wellness routine in a video called My Wellness Routine, but it's quite lengthy and it kind of goes over everything. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about movement now. So moving with a chronic illness can be very challenging and seem really daunting, and overall be a massive task that can feel really overwhelming. And it took quite a while for me, even as a yogi and a dancer in my past life, to really understand the rhythms of my new body and what I could and couldn't do, or should and shouldn't do, which is probably a better phrase. I have learned from a friend of mine that I'll share about in a minute about the 30-minute mark. So this is especially prevalent for people with Addison's or chronic fatigue syndrome or stress diseases. Is in general, the body shouldn't work out or exert physical energy for more than 30-minute increments at a time. When you go past 30 minutes, you start producing the stress hormones because they're trying to combat what you're doing with your body, and you're actually doing more harm than good. And so if you're gonna go run or do whatever you're gonna do for an hour and you have a chronic illness, you're actually doing more harm to your body. So the 30-minute mark is the perfect thing to start with. So the first thing I would say about movement is do it in that time frame. Now you can do multiple things a day in those 30-minute increments, and you can do a little bit more if you're mindful and pacing yourself in between. So I'm just going to share the kind of movement that I do that resonates with me in hopes that it can help some of you. So I every single day do a mindful moving flow, which I have another video on. I think it's just called Mindful Movement for Addison's, and it's anywhere from like a 5 to a 30-minute mindful breathing flow, and it's mostly yoga based. So yoga is a really great movement to do. I enjoy doing it at home because driving to a studio, finding parking, and being in a class is all way too exhausting and takes too many spoons. For me personally, I'm able to do it on my own because I am a yoga teacher, have been trained, and so I have that training and I know what things I need in my body. If you need guidance, there's tons of online yoga videos, things that you can follow and move your body with. So yoga is my first one. The next one is walking. Just going outside and walking and listening to your body. Going and being out in nature is also really therapeutic. So going for a walk is a really, really lovely way to move your body, get your blood pumping, and to save your spoons at the same time. I used to be, and still am, just it has changed a little, I'm an avid backpacker. So hiking is a big love of mine. Now that's something that when I'm hiking, I have to stop and take breaks in between. I prefer to hike in places that are by water, so that way I can stop and soak my body and rehydrate through my skin, and taking these little breaks in between the hike. The really cool thing about hiking is you can go for as long or as short as you'd like and pick out your own terrain as well. So hiking is something that I really love, and again, being out in nature is so healing for the body that it kind of is like two things at once. Moving on the mat. Now this is something I've talked about a couple times, but I really can't express my love enough, and honestly I could do a whole nother video just on that. But I'm a member of this website called unicornwellness.studio. My friend Tandy is the founder, and I actually met her when she lived in Austin. I used to teach her son yoga, and then we connected, and she had this online Pilates studio, which didn't really resonate to me at the time, and I thought it was just that. But since being diagnosed 3 years ago, and since all my illnesses and food problems and overall wellness issues, I reconnected with her, and it's actually a holistic online wellness world is basically what it is. She has everything that you need for healing your body from the inside out. And as a Spoonie, it's really awesome because, one, she also has autoimmune diseases. And so she created this wellness platform with autoimmune bodies in mind and spoons in mind. So all of the movements are under 30 minutes. They're Pilates, dance, and yoga-based fusions. And her phrase is always meet yourself on the mat, which I think is like a beautiful Spoonie phrase of like, meet yourself where you are. And what I love about it is you do it at home. You do it at your own pace. I pause when I want to. And if my body's not feeling up to it, I will literally just lay on my mat, close my eyes, and let my mind go through it, because the mind is a very powerful tool. And if your body can't move, allowing your mind to visualize yourself moving is a really good healing tool, but also it just keeps your mind centered and keeps your body feeling connected. She also has everything. She has a food reset, which helped me figure out the foods that I'm allergic to and the foods that I don't do well with Addison's or just with my body. And she also has guided meditations and tarot readings and one-on-one wellness consultation. It's really just like the whole shebang. And honestly, it's one of the things that kept me going and really being alive when I almost died pre-diagnosis. I'll plug in her website down there and put in a promo code so you can do like 30 days for free. But really, it's like $30 a month. And it's whenever I want. I can get on the mat as long as I want. And it's an awesome way to move every single day. So that's a staple. I do that almost every single day if I can. And for me personally, I love the rebounding trampoline. And I learned about those from Tandy from Unicorn Wellness as well. It is a really awesome way to flush the lymphatic system. So we're cleaning everything out, getting everything out of all the toxins out. And it's a really awesome quick cardio. So they say like 20 minutes on that. I've been doing it for maybe a year now, and I really only do 10 minutes at a time. That's as much as my body can do, but I'm honoring what my body needs, and it feels good. And weights. I have little 3-pound weights, which might sound dinky, but honestly, they get the job done. I will do just like little curls all over my body. In repetitions of 3 at amount of 10. I usually do 3 different angles, if that's what you call it. And I'll do that a couple times a week. All these things that I'm saying are sprinkled in. So it's not like I'm doing all of these things every single day. Some days I do if I'm feeling really good. Like today I was able to do my morning movement, a hike. I got on the mat. So those were all really great things that I could do that supported each other in my wellness. And I'm sure there is more, but of course the brain. But my last one I'm going to share, especially my favorite during the summer, is swimming. I feel like it's a Spoonie's best friend. You can be as passive as you want. You can be as active as you want. My trick is that I really just like hang onto the side of the pool and I paddle my legs. So my legs are getting some strength. They're getting some stamina build up, but I'm not having to completely hold my whole weight in the water and not expelling a lot of spoons that way. That's how I move pretty much. I feel like that's, I used to be really into rock climbing. I don't really do that anymore. I would like to. I don't really have a membership anywhere to do that. I used to do a trade, but that's a really nice weight-bearing exercise for osteoporosis that I used to really love. And again, you can do as much or as little as you want. All of these things you can do as much or as little as you want. It's up to you. And you can sprinkle them in how often or how much you do or don't do it, I guess. Yeah, so those are the type of moving things that I do. And walking dogs, because I love to house sit my puppy friends. Yes, I know. Going outside and doing puppy walks is a big thing for me too. But that's what works for me. That's what helps my body, supports me moving, and feels good. But please share what works for you so we can work together and support each other along this healing. And as always, thanks for being here, and I wish you so much light and love on your journey.